You want to tell stories. Understanding what a story is will be very helpful in achieving that goal. People are attributing the word story to almost anything. Be a part of our brand story. Basically what they mean when they say be a part of our brand story is they want you to buy their product and pretend that, oh, I helped this brand make money, and so now I'm part of their story. Not necessarily the case. I break story down into a few different segments. There's story, and then there's moments in time. In essence, this series is not really a story. This series is just a documented series, not even a documentary, because I'd argue that possibly a documentary is still telling a story, just in a documented form. You still have your protagonist. In fact, the elements that I consider story elements is a protagonist, an antagonist, conflict or opposition, and resolution. You've got your setup, build, payoffs. And if you don't have a protagonist with a goal and you don't have an antagonist with a goal, then you don't have conflict. And without conflict, you don't really have a story, and you have more of just moments. And frankly, moments can be pretty boring. So hopefully this whole series, hopefully it's not boring and it's more informative than anything. Those are some key elements that I have, and that's why I have a whole section devoted just to helping you tell better stories. Now, it's something that I'm always learning. Like, I can never perfect storytelling, but one thing I can do is always be better. Always be better than I was the day before at storytelling. And that, I think, is something we all should strive to be. Be better than you were before. Don't be better than somebody else. Because if you try to be better than somebody else, there's two things that could happen. One, they were never as good as you to start, and so it's really easy just to be better than them, and so you never excel. You remain the same or maybe get worse. And if somebody is far better than you and you're always trying to be better than them, you may not be focusing on your own faults that's preventing you from being better than somebody else. So as an artist, I say the most valuable thing is to compare yourself to yourself and try and outdo what you did the day before, an internal competition. So as a storyteller and a screenwriter, I look for a few things in my storytelling, and one is the protagonist, and I want to set a goal, and then an antagonist, and I want those goals to be directly opposing. One should be able to achieve their goal, and in achieving that goal, it prevents the other from achieving their goal. If both characters can achieve their goal, then there's no conflict. Neither of them have anything to lose. And you want to build that connection with your audience by raising your stakes and realizing that if I don't get to the store to buy bread, then my family will starve. And all of a sudden, people will realize that what's at stake is the safety of my family. And then they realize that I focus on family. I focus on caring for others. And maybe I spend less time on my own well-being because I want them to be better off. Maybe it's been a struggle and this is like the 5th time I've tried to feed them. All of these elements can build context because I've shared my stakes, and you now know as an individual what I have to lose. And if I don't achieve that goal, I lose a lot, and you may, as a viewer, have something similar that you may lose, and that's that emotional bond. Understand the elements of telling story. Understand the tools you need to learn. Focus on honing those tools. Focus on becoming better at using those tools, and don't fall into the trap of being able to spout off buzzwords without understanding what the core elements that create that word in the first place. So you want to be a storyteller, learn the tools, practice daily, and you can be a storyteller that is 1,000 times better than you were before.